Ah, yes, welcome by. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing in this delightful conversation about being present for our own lives. A very much needed conversation. Definitely a self-reflective conversation, a conversation that can lead to more enjoyment of this life. Welcome to Zenful Conversations. We are here in this community every single day having these great conversations. This year we're in our sixth year. And this year we're having a conversation based on this book of Awakening by Mark Nepo, the book of Awakening by Mark Nepo. New York Times bestselling book described as having the life you want by being present. By being present to the life you have. And so being present for this message is where I want to take a minute, a couple breaths to release, receive, calm, settle, come in, soften, acknowledge our space together, our time together, just be here with my thoughts, my body, my mind, and all here. So I'm going to let my face soften and my jaw soften and the cheeks release the facial expressions and my neck. I like to back and forth a little bit, dropping the shoulders down away from the ears and back a little bit. Lets a little more breath come in, and that just feels good. And just like that, here. The message we are offered today, this day number 2007, is titled House of Clay. House of Clay. And there's a quote here offered to us by Pema Chodron that says, the only reason we don't open our hearts and minds to other people is that they trigger confusion in us that we don't feel brave enough or sane enough to deal with. And so maybe we don't agree, or we don't have to agree with everything. We're listening, having conversation, seeing how this is received by ourselves. How am I receiving it? How is it coming in? What can I do with this information I'm provided today? It's a very important conversation. So the only reason we don't open our hearts and minds to other people is that they trigger confusion in us that we don't feel brave enough or sane enough to deal with. There was a clay house near Puhadichaba in Kwakwa, South Africa. The roof was flat, made of loose sheets of corrugated iron, held in place by a taut length of wire that ran across the entire roof. Each end of the snug wire was tied to a huge bag of sand, and both hung heavily on opposite sides of the house. It appeared as if the bags of sand were a saddle of heaviness that kept the roof from flying away. At first, I thought, no nails or screws. How precarious. But for some reason, the scene stayed with me until I realized that the people who lived there could open their home to the sky when things turned glorious. Now, this simple clay house seemed an image of adaptability and balance, a way to make it through the storms and a way to open to the heavens. Now, the heavy bags of sand were an honest and removable grounding. It makes me wonder, how much do I nail down prematurely? How much of my pain comes from ripping up what I've over-fastened on days that I need to see the sky? Let's have a moment of quiet. The meditative exercise that we are offered today asks us to sit quietly in your home. Sit quietly in your home and imagine the room you are in without its roof, with the raw light pouring in. And then breathe slowly and bring to mind the roof you carry above your heart as you move through the world. Imagine what the clear days would feel like without this emotional roof. As you inhale, try to feel the pull where your protective roof is fastened. Try to feel the pull where your protective roof is fastened. This last paragraph, to me, it makes me wonder, how much do I nail down prematurely? One of my, back in the day when I was real estate, one of my instructors, Mr. Dick Newstreet, he would always finish something and he'd say, period, paragraph, ain't coming back. So it's closed, nailed down. So it makes me wonder, how much do I nail down prematurely? How much of my pain comes from ripping up what I over-fastened on the days that I need to see the sky? We're walling ourselves in. Take a deep breath. Relax and breathe. Give ourselves a couple breaths to receive. In gratitude for each one of you, thank you for being here. I see the divinity. We recognize the divinity in each one of you, and thank you so much for sharing your light here and your love here. Just a reminder, this coming Thursday, August 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern, we will have a guest speaker free of charge conversation via Zoom. Please visit zenfulconversations.com to sign up, zenfulconversations.com to sign up for the free Zoom link. But our guest speaker this Thursday, August 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern, will be Sapphire Rose, poet Sapphire Rose. You may remember the poem She Let Go that made a huge impact on many. She will be our guest speaker, and you will be able to have conversation with her if you come on and join us. So even if you don't want to talk and you just would like to listen, sign up for the free Zoom link and come enjoy some great good old-fashioned conversation. Again, that's zenfulconversations.com. In gratitude for your presence and your love, and we will see you tomorrow. Namaste. Namaste.